Welcome back to Bordeaux. It's coming up to 22:11 at night and it's still beautifully warm. US inflation, talking about beautifully warm, is heating up. Oh, come on, that was good. It's heated up to a 4-month high. The prices increased 0.3% from May. The annualized rate is 2.7%. President Trump's tariffs on China led to a sharp increase in the price of toys. Appliances were hit by his tariffs on aluminium and steel. You can see how it feeds through, and it's likely to get a great deal worse. Isabelle Mateos Lago is the chief economist at BNP Paribas. Isabelle, isn't that? Good evening, ma'am. Good to see you. Thank you for taking time
Good evening,
to
Richard.
talk to us this evening. Now, look, where is France in all of this? Because the economy has weakened. I'm never quite sure with the French economy whether it's about to go for a rip-roaring success or fall off a cliff.
Right. Well, always a direct question. Good evening, Richard. Look, the French economy has weakened compared to last year. That's for sure. The growth momentum, for the last few quarters has been very modest indeed, and we're expecting somewhere around 0.5% growth this year, 0.5, 0.6%. So that's a slowdown from last year. And that's also going in the other direction than the rest of Europe that's been recovering and accelerating. However, I don't think there's any reason to expect or to think that the economy is on the verge of collapse, but it's true that it's been going through some headwinds, some political uncertainty, and then more recently uncertainty around how fiscal consolidation is going to happen. So that's causing a lot of anxiety from households and corporates. But our expectation is that, from 26 onwards, we're going to see a rebound and the French economy will benefit from the pickup in Eurozone growth overall.
So, can you balance off, if you will, the benefit from the increase in defence spending that President Macron's been talking about, and the as yet unquantifiable costs of the tariffs that will hit French exports? I'm here in Bordeaux, and of course, they're already talking about how it's going to hit the exports of wine, and that balancing act's going to be very tricky.
So yes and no, in the sense that it's true that there are specific sectors and regions like Bordeaux, where you are right now, which could be particularly exposed in the situation of a trade war with the United States. But first of all, we're not there yet. And as you know, the talks are ongoing, and certainly on the EU side, the negotiators remain very hopeful to reach a deal before August 1st. But secondly, the French economy is actually one of the least exposed to the US tariffs in the Eurozone, because it is predominantly a service-based economy. And so unlike an economy like Germany or Italy, which have still a very strong manufacturing sector, much stronger than in France, it is overall less exposed and can benefit more from a rebound in consumption and the services economy in general. And then the rearmament effort that the entire Europe is embarking on. Again, France has a strong defense industry. And so above and beyond the decisions made in France and talked about by President Macron in recent days, France should benefit disproportionately from the broader European rearmament effort that is just beginning.
Right. So the one question that does puzzle me always about is how far can you assess, has President Macron managed to make the French economy more productive, to sort of drag it into the 21st century? I'm thinking, of course, obviously we know about the pension reform issues, but actually fundamental productivity gains as a result of new labour practices. Has the country economy become more productive here?
It's a tricky question. There are different ways of looking at it. At one level, you could say, well, French GDP growth has been lagging behind the rest of the Eurozone, and in good company with Germany, but certainly that's no consolation. On the other hand, the French tend to work fewer hours or less time during a given year than most of the rest of Europe, and so you could say actually on that basis, it must mean that French workers' productivity is higher. The reality is the President Macron has done a lot to promote France as an AI center, to promote France as a high tech economy, and that's been going in that direction. That's certainly an area of strength for the French economy, but there's a long way to go, and certainly further increasing productivity growth in France is critical to have better growth and social outcomes going forward.
I'm grateful to you for joining us this evening. Thank you very much. We'll talk more on this fascinating economy. Thank you as well for joining us tonight.